As soon as everyone gets seated, Tony has.
Where'd he go?
Quiet, please.
Today we have Nick Hickory, Ingrid Keller, Steve Stone, John Link, and David Hood.
Ingrid, Ernie, John, and David, welcome. All right. Do we have guests of Rotarians? I know we'll get to our student guests in a moment. Guests of Rotarians in the dining room to my left. Down the center. To my right. Further right. Guests of Rotarians. Oh, yes. Susan, go ahead. I thought you were pointing.
President John, I'd like to introduce, I'm probably have to put $1 in the box, but I want to introduce my Homestead Senior Care's new vice director, Holly Clyde, and she's visiting with us today. So please do take time to say hello.
Thank you. Welcome. And Tony Reed has an announcement for us, or a short presentation about the Rotary Youth Leadership Academy. Did I get that right?
Award.
Award. Sorry, award.
Rotary Youth Leadership Award. RYLA.
Rotary Youth Leadership Award. Thank you, Tony.
Okay. I would like to tell you about this year's camp, because this crowd is just who I want here. We've sent 2 campers for the last 3 years, and they've all come out of the Interact Club. This year's camp will be Sunday, June 18th until Saturday, June 24th. And it is the RYLA camp over in this year they're having it at Camp Pisgah and in Brevard, which is a new camp over there that they're using this year. We would like to encourage anybody that's interested from Interact, and I'll get with Madison. I have 2 applications with me today. I have the information, so anybody that's interested after the meeting, I'll be over at that table. If you would come and talk to me. You probably know some of the campers we've had from the past years, and we'd like to encourage you to think about this camp and let us get you signed up for it. The club pays for everything. If you need transportation, we take care of that. So please consider that. If you're interested, see me after the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Sandy asked me to announce that if you're on the Rotarian Idol Banner Committee, they will be gathering over where Sandy's at after the meeting. Oh, okay. And Rotarian Idol tickets are here today as well, over at the check-in table on your way out. Now, without further ado, we have a last-minute substitution on Rotary Sunshine. It's Kathy Greathouse.
I'll start it out for you. I'll start it around for you.
Well, thank you. As for help from the club, John told me that George Coates' daughter is having surgery today, I believe right now. So we need to keep his daughter in our prayers. And we only have one birthday. And you know what? I think I'd like that person to come forward. Lisa Swinson. Well, and tomorrow is sort of a red letter day for Lisa. It almost makes me cry, but not only is tomorrow her birthday, but she has announced her retirement from the Hickory Museum of Art as of tomorrow. Though I understand she's going to stay for a while to train her.
Need a replacement.
Yeah.
They're not selected yet.
But tomorrow's her official day. Lisa took over as executive director of our museum in 2003. And since then, she has made quite a mark on this institution. I think we can all imagine how difficult it is to take over a nonprofit that is older and established and has deep traditions in our community, and kind of reinvent it for a new audience. Well, Lisa did just that. She did it with a lot of intelligence and hard work. She not only increased attendance at the museum, but with the help and generosity of another of our fellow Rotarians, Alan Huffman, she made the art museum a destination for folk artists and collectors. And she became a great friend to me as well. She brought in artists from around the world to mount shows and to expose us all to new works and concepts. I just thought we ought to proclaim loudly how proud we are of Lisa. Oh wait, proclaim. That's such a good word. Mayor Wright, don't you think that's a good word?
Yes, great word.
This is a surprise. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to say something because everybody here who's a member of this club has helped me. So it's not just me, but I do thank you for coming, but it's also you and Kathy, because that's what it takes in a community like this.
Yeah.
So thank you, thank you.
Well, let's hear a proclaim.
We got you, did it.
I didn't do that.
That's the first time I've dropped it. But I'm not usually presenting with such a pretty woman, okay? But I gotta tell you a story. I ran into Lisa at the art museum, and she said, you know,
This was 2 weeks after I'd gotten there, because I remember this story if he tells it right.
I hope I'm telling the right story. But she tells me that she was with her mother in Whitfield, Virginia. Different story.
Yeah, I'll tell that.
There are lots of others. But and said that somebody asked her, said, "Do you know Rudy Wright?"
That's true.
And she said, "Oh yes, yes, I know." Now the reason she was in Whitfield, Virginia, is because her mom is descended from the Rings, R-I-N-G-S, of Whitfield, and they were there on a historical mission of some kind.
My mother was speaking because she'd written a book, yes, about her family, and about music. My Life with Music is what it's called.
And I went back and checked the family history that we have sort of put together as best we can, and there's a family named Ring in the 1700s in my family tree. So I decided that we are 8 cousins twice removed. Whatever twice removed means, I don't know. But can't you see the resemblance?
Well, the story that I remember is I ran downstairs because we didn't have the letters on our exhibit yet. And there was a gentleman there and he was putting the letters up. And the reception was supposed to start in a couple hours. And I said, we need to hurry this up because the mayor is coming and he's coming to the reception. And this gentleman said, I'm the mayor. Don't worry about it. That's my story. You remember that?
Well, I do. And you have added so much to this community during your time. Whereas Lisa Swinson has been Executive Director of the Museum of Art since 2003, whereas prior to that she was Director of the Peninsula Fine Arts Center in Newport News, whereas Lisa received her MA from the University of South Carolina. That's okay.
USC.
Whereas she is involved with the American Association of Museums and is a member of the Hickory Rotary Club. Yay. Whereas under her leadership at the Hickory Museum of Art, nationally and internationally known artists and works have been exhibited, such as Israeli sculptor Alma Arni and photographer.
Or the Benjamin. It's okay.
I knew I was not going to get that right. And I pronounced it like Southwest Virginia.
It's okay.
Whereas she helped guide the Hickory Museum of Art into a destination attraction with the entire 3rd floor devoted to folk art. Whereas Lisa loves to travel and plans to do more of that upon her retirement with her husband, the artist Dan Smith,
And whereas somebody added this, the weird little thing on top of the E in her name is correct.
It's correct.
Now therefore, on behalf of Hickory City Council, I hereby proclaim March the 9th as Lisa Swinson Day in the city of Hickory. And since the weekend isn't taken, I'm going to take the liberty of announcing that is also Lisa Swinson Weekend in Hickory.
All right then, congratulations, Lisa. Without further ado, I'm going to turn the microphone and the podium over to Linda Lutz for our program today.
I'd like to take a moment to recognize these excited, plugged-in Hickory High School students who are representing the Interact Club and who have enjoyed a whirlwind introduction into the arts this morning. So if our students could please stand for a round of applause. That way every day.
One meeting every day.
I'd also like to say a great big thank you to Madison Yunt, who is completing her first year as the advisor of the club, and she has done it with a bang. Will you stand up, please, Madison? Also of paramount importance is the need to thank our talented fellow Rotarians who every day of their lives strive to make this community, this Catawba Valley, this state, nation, and world a better place for all to flourish as their art forms permeate our lives and enable us to better think, act, and do creatively. I'd like for John Rambo, John Gordon Ross, and Lisa Swinson to stand. Pablo Picasso said that the purpose of art is washing the dust of daily life off of our souls. I introduce to you Lisa Swinson, who will facilitate for us this day our dusting. Thank you.
We were already running late, and so I didn't know that we were going to do what we just did. But anyway, thank you so much. I think basically what I want to tell you guys is that we have an incredible situation here. When I was told that Interact was going to be here, and I was asked to come and talk about 13 years of running this art center, the art museum, and I said, look, the students don't want to hear about me. They want to hear about what's going on at the museum that maybe would somehow connect to them. And I said, and there is a young woman who, when she was 15, decided that she didn't want a 16-year birthday party. She wanted to do something special to give back to the community. So she is here today, and it's Caroline Collins. Her parents are here. We also have Dixon O'Hare, who helped with the photographs. Dixon came up to me at the program and he said, do you want photographs taken in any certain place? I said, just make them creative. So what you saw, because we didn't have a lot of time, but if you looked at what you saw, some of those were Dixon and some of those were me. But what we did was we showed Caroline in this space at the Hickory Museum of Art, and you'll see it ties into Women Made. That's an exhibition with all these different programs. The other person I need to tell you about is Peter Corneliuson, and it was Peter who came up with the place. So I'm going to quit talking. I think what we want to do is we want to hear them perform, and then we want to give Caroline a chance to talk about what she did at the Hickory Museum of Art, which ended up being incredibly wonderful, and I know you're gonna have fun listening to her and listening to Peter, who is a pianist, he's a composer, and he also is the director of music at Corinth Church. And so it's all coming together. Remember what you saw up here at the Museum of Art, pretend you're at the museum, and let's listen to Caroline. Thank you.
To Swenson said, my name is Caroline Collins. I'm 16 and I'm a junior at Hickory Christian Academy. And first, I just wanted to say thank you all for having me here today. It's an incredible opportunity for me to be able to come here and speak to you all. And while I could talk up here forever, I know that there's a time limit, so I wanted to talk specifically about a concert I recently gave in honor of Camp Luck. And I know there are varying degrees of awareness of Camp Luck in this room, so I'll give a quick description. Camp Luck is a medically supervised camp for children with congenital heart disease and their families. It seeks to provide an environment in which children with congenital heart disease can grow in confidence and awareness of their lives amongst others who are experiencing the same heart defects. And it's been really impactful in my life because my older sister Cassidy was also born with a congenital heart defect. So I've grown up volunteering for them, and I've really been able to see firsthand the kinds of impact that camp has on children's lives. So when it came down to what I wanted to do for my 16th birthday, I knew I wanted to do something that would benefit the community in some way, and so it soon became obvious that I love music and I love Camp Luck, which sounds at first unrelated, but I decided that I wanted to give a concert and donate all funds or proceeds or donations to Camp Luck because the camp vows that they will send one child with a heart defect and one of their siblings to camp for free. So I wanted any money that I made from this concert to go to them to help send those children to camp. So I soon contacted Dr. Peter Corneliuson. He's a music director at Corinth where I go to church. And I told him about my idea and he was immediately on board. But I didn't have a venue, I didn't have any idea of what this concert would be like. But when we were choosing pieces, we knew we wanted to do Mon Cœur, which is one of his original compositions written in French about Joan of Arc. And it's supposed to be her perspective when she's at the stake. So it's a really important song to me. I love it, and I know that Peter loves it too. So when we were trying to decide where to have the concert, he said, well, I saw an article in the paper about the Hickory Museum of Arts, and they're actually bringing in a statue of Joan of Arc. So he contacted Miss Swenson, and then we went to the Museum of Arts, and we had a meeting, and she was completely on board. She said, we'd love to have you come sing here, because they were actually, in the month of February, giving their woman-made art exhibit, so I know there should be maybe flyers on your table. But essentially it's an art exhibit about art that women have created or have presented. So we decided then that I would have on February 11th a concert that I sang 16 pieces at in order to benefit Camp Luck. And so we had about 180 people and we raised enough money to send 4 children to camp, which is incredible to me. This concert ended up being so much larger than anything I could have initially anticipated. But I'm talking about this today instead of maybe where I want to go to college, what career I want to have, because even though I've been told that this is for Career Day, I truly believe that helping others and supporting others is a lifelong commitment and career that we just naturally have. And I think this is evident through everyone in this room. Miss Swenson assisted me in having this concert and making it so much larger than anything I could have known. She's brought so much art to the Hickory Museum of Arts and inspiration to everyone who sees it. When you look at the art that she brings in, it's not just decoration. It's not just there to look at and walk by, but she really brings in art that provokes questions and inspiration and joy. And so you can see through her career how she's helped me. And so again, I'm not talking about my hopes to one day be a cardiologist or where I want to go to school, what majors I want. But rather about the incredible opportunity I had to give this concert to help kids that go to Camp Luck and children with congenital heart disease, because I believe that how we help others and how we support others is a career and it is a commitment, not so that we can have personal gain, but so that we can leave our fingerprint on the world of being gracious and being helpful to those who can't help themselves. So thank you not only to Miss Swenson, but also to Miss Lutz, Dr. Peter, my parents, and everyone who's allowed me to come here today and speak in you and engage in a lifelong career of helping others and supporting those in need. Thank you. I forgot to mention, there should be some envelopes on tables around there because we're still accepting donations for Camp Luck. So this is a blank one, but it'll have a little sticker on it. because we are still accepting donations to give to Camp Luck so they can send more children to camp. So that's the last thing. Thank you.
Thank you, don't go away.
Okay.
Please give Caroline another round of applause for really exemplifying service to ourselves. Can you play again for her to grace us with another song?
Yes. We could. Let me grab music.
Okay.
I brought it just in case.
Right. I told him you did.
Okay. This next piece is one of my personal favorites. It's from the musical Carousel, and it's titled If I Loved You. When I worked in the mill, weaving at the loom, I'd gaze absent-minded at the roof, and half the time the shuttle would tangle in the threads, and the warp get mixed with the woof. If I loved you, but somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be if I loved you. Time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you what a friend and shine. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day. Never, never to know. I loved you. If I loved you.
Thank you very much, Caroline, Dr. Cornelius. And now I would like to ask Madison Yunt to come up. She works tirelessly to work with the Interact Club, but we do have a small remuneration for you. That's a big word for a small thing. But to thank you, and I wonder if you have anything to tell us about what Interact has coming up for the remainder of the year.
Sure. Okay, so my kids can tell you probably better than I could, but we do have a few projects coming up. We are continuing to serve in the Salvation Army Soup Kitchen. The person in charge of this project is Michaela, and she's over there. Will you wave, Michaela? So she helps run that. We've also got Sarah Probst, who is our Interact president. So will you wave, Sarah? And she helps me just kind of with the day-to-day things that are going on. Let's see, we've got Sydney Brockenbarrow here, and she is in charge of recycling at our school at Hickory, and she and her friend Christina Stuckey are incredible. They literally do the recycling for the whole entire school at Hickory High. So we are recycling for all of the teachers. There are about 70 of us and all 1,100 students. So they do that every Monday, and they go around and they empty every recycle bin that is there. We've also got Virginia Tanner, and she headed up our project that we recently just completed that was for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And we raised almost $1,500 to help find a cure for cancer. And so the students donated pennies, and we hosted a gene day, and we did all of that. We've got Adopt a Highway coming up. We've got recycling that will continue. What else do we have, guys? What? Oh, help a teacher. We always have help a teacher, and I'm a teacher, and I cannot tell you how much help we always need. So it is great that we have help a teachers. We have grading, we have files to be filed, organization, stuff like that, just cleaning up our room, and the kids help with that. What else we have? Oh yes, Gracia Hernandez is actually in charge of the Bryan Center, and she gets students to go the first Monday of each month to the Bryan Center, and they actually play bingo with the elderly, and they have a really good time doing that. Yeah. Anything else? So that's what we've got coming up.
And I want to recognize Ingrid, fellow Rotarian Ingrid Keller. She was part of our arts career program today. We had it all at the Hickory Community Theater. It was great to have you all at the theater. I hope you learned at least one thing interesting individually, whatever it was. Do any of our Rotarians have questions for students about their career plans? Questions about career plans? Yes, Mayor Wright, I'm coming to you with the microphone. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to ask each one, if they would, to tell us right now what they're thinking of pursuing in life.
Okay. Who wants to go first? Go. I'm right here. Anyone? Bueller? Okay, here we go. We've got the outspoken people at this table. Go ahead.
I plan to be a dermatologist when I grow up. So.
Great. Yes, please.
I would love to study psychology and hopefully one day become a psychologist.
Wonderful. Coming down this way. Ah. Her eyes get really, really big.
Incidentally, this is not a lifetime commitment.
Right, yeah. What are you thinking about right now?
I would like to become a veterinarian.
Veterinarian, noble profession. Yes. Yes, please.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely sure, but I want to do something where I can be creative and especially where I can just help people.
Great. Yes, sir.
I would just, I'm aspiring to go into the exercise science field and hopefully be a physical therapist so I can help wounded veterans, athletes, or just elderly people in general become better and help themselves in their lives.
More. I forgot you really spread out around the room.
Hello, I'm currently a senior at Hickory High School, and I've been accepted into the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where I plan to attend and major in biology, later becoming a PA, and then going into global medical missions.
Wonderful. You had some career plans to talk about, I remember.
Well, I don't exactly know where I'm going. I'm hoping to get into Duke, but if I don't, sorry, if I don't, then I'll probably attend either Brigham Young University or East Carolina. Those are my next two. And I want to go into political science, and I'm thinking about double majoring in a language, French. So yeah, that's my goal.
So to be a French politician. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Aaliyah Deaton, and I'm a sophomore, but I like the medical field and the detective mystery part, so hopefully I want to be either like some type of FBI analysis or a medical examiner, and I want to double major in Spanish.
Terrific. Anyone else? Yes. Mr. Ross selected.
Well, I'm not really sure what I want to be, but one career that I know that I've been really looking at is being a pediatrician. And I definitely want to go travel and do mission work because that's always been a dream of mine to go help and teach the gospel. That's just been my dream.
Wonderful, thank you. Caroline.
Now it's her turn.
Yes.
Now I can't say my career. Okay. So my plan is to double major in biophysics and vocal music performance and become a pediatric cardiologist.
Okay. And now, just before we do the raffle, Mark Teague, where are you? I was informed you had an announcement.
Thank you. I don't really have an announcement, but this is something that we came up with in our membership committee meeting is what does Rotary mean to us? Okay, so I was a short straw, you got to go first. So as I come into my 5th year of Rotary, I thought about what it means to me, and for me, it is a chance to reconnect with some old friends as well as make some new ones. It's also a way for me to learn what's going on in my community because we come here, we hear these great programs about what happens at Hickory. And also, and more importantly, it's a way for me to serve here on a local level and also internationally. And that's something that's very important to me. And through Rotary, I've had the opportunity to not only be active with some of the projects that we do, but also it's helped me get onto the board, the YMCA, which is something that's very special to me, youth sports. And so I'm very proud to be a Rotarian, and I look forward to many, many more years. Thank you.
And coming up soon, you'll become you're going to be president of the Rotary Club. Yes, Tara.
We just want to make that quick announcement that on the 30th, on March 30th, we're going to have a membership social that's going to be at Highland Avenue from 5 to 7. I want to make sure I got that right for Robert. We want everybody to bring a prospective member that can learn about Rotary and what we have to offer. We're looking to have just a light hors d'oeuvre, and I believe we're going to try to work out the first drinks on Rotary, so bring somebody out.
Great, and that's a membership. Potential member social, not a substitute for our regular meeting.
Correct. That week, actually, we meet with Tuesday Rotary for lunch.
Okay, yeah, that's the week that we have our joint meeting with Tuesday. And next week, we will not be meeting here. We will be going to the Hickory Soup Kitchen. They start serving lunch at 11:30. So that's if you can get there. If you can get there, then that's when we will start. We won't have a meeting. We'll just have informal fellowship. But we will take attendance. No. Without further ado.